past few years, there's been a drastic decline in Brunswick's population. Young people are leaving the province to pursue more and better career opportunities, leaving New Brunswick with an aging population. Even for those who wish to stay in their home province, have to face difficult challenges in the job market. However, contrary to misleading social norms, there is a light at the end of this tunnel. Take a closer look and you will see a province has made itself home to nearly 25,000 businesses with thriving entrepreneurial communities and rich natural resources. Today, we are committed to showing New Brunswickers a side of this province that can, at times, be overlooked. The side that has a true passion for sustainable development. The side that cares about communities and the environment. The side of social entrepreneurship. You may have heard of the term entrepreneurship, but how about social entrepreneurship? As a new brand for an age-old idea, social entrepreneurship is making its debut to a crowd of fresh eyes. Unlike the idea of entrepreneurship, where you strive for a cutthroat business prioritizing financial values, social entrepreneurship is the idea of creating an effective business to deliver social enlightenment to local or global communities, meaning you can make profit while doing good for your community. For a better grasp on this concept, we've met with several entrepreneurs who have shared their insight on social entrepreneurship and its impact within our province. Jeff Schnurr is a tree planter and the founder of Community Forest International. Once a wandering, adventurous young man with the intent to write a novel, he is now responsible for sustainable forestry production and maintains a beautiful and healthy forest in New Brunswick and beyond. Keith McIntosh is the founder of one of the biggest software testing companies in the Maritimes. His recent creation, Plato Testing, offers training and solid careers for First Nations and Indigenous peoples, significantly growing interests and an influence from within and beyond the province. Dan Gillis is another entrepreneur in the IT industry, with an online app company named Porpoise. Porpoise is created for companies to celebrate their employees and help eliminate the separation that exists between work and life. Amit Vermani is the founder of the community investment fund, Navico Power. It all began by trying to retrofit an old office building. Navico Power now helps investors in New Brunswick solve problems in our community in a matter of a green, efficient, and profitable way. Claire Ashton is a social enterprise developer from St. John Learning Exchange, currently in charge of a food catering company, Stone Soup. Stone Soup provides healthy, whole food meals for their clients and students in the community. So to begin, we kind of wanted to ask what social entrepreneurship means to you.
Honestly, I haven't given social entrepreneurship that term much thought, just because it's built into any good business practice. Any smart business person is going to see to it the foundation of what they're building as a business, cares about their community, cares about people.
So social entrepreneurship's a new thing. I don't really think it's a new thing. It's probably a new name, but people have been helping themselves for hundreds and hundreds of years, right? And people think of entrepreneurship as a way to get rich. And social entrepreneurship has to have a business sense and a purpose to make money, but the social part of it instills some sense of tie to the community.
In terms of the social entrepreneurship in the province, do you see that these are kind of growing things in the province, and do you think over time that these will open new opportunities for young people in New Brunswick?
I definitely see them as growing things. You know, millennials or people who don't want to work for big corporations and big traditional companies, but who see the value in their work having a social impact are attracted to social entrepreneurship, and so I can see it growing for that reason. It's a different set of values that people who are just getting into the workforce have, and so it's a good opportunity to be able to do business, but to do it in a way that aligns with their values.
So I think it is. I think it will help. I don't think it's the only answer. I think there's lots of other things that have to happen too. Yeah. But people looking out for their neighbors and looking out for how do I make my environment and ecosystem better. Feeling that you're owning some of the solution rather than just doing it for a salary, I think changes the way people work at things.
Off camera, you had mentioned kind of the abundance of opportunities and resources we have here in New Brunswick. Could you kind of develop that a bit more?
We often focus on what we don't have. We need to start celebrating and focusing on what we have, which is amazing land. Really smart people that can do literally anything, that want to live and work in this way, and combine that with some of the cutting edge things happening globally, and really make something that's unique to who we are as New Brunswickers.
New Brunswick has this really unique opportunity now to be that place, which brings 750,000 people. We have an opportunity to bring this group of people together in a super close proximity, and really we have everything that we need here to do whatever we want. The awesome thing is that now New Brunswickers, a really awesome group of New Brunswickers, are choosing to do something awesome and great here in New Brunswick. And that's this whole social entrepreneurship movement, using business as a force for good. And I think that New Brunswick could really be an awesome home for that. And it's why I'm here.
We see a lot of youth kind of exiting the province very early on. Do you see social entrepreneurship and companies really focused around their communities, kind of opening up more opportunities for young people in the future in New Brunswick?
They most definitely do. But part of that issue of people leaving New Brunswick is you don't truly appreciate what you have here until you leave. So it requires you leave for a little bit, but home is where the heart is.
Sure.
The heart is New Brunswick.
Right.
But you come home, and social entrepreneurship allows a lot of opportunity for New Brunswick kids to be able to mix that passion of doing good in the community, as well as working, on a project here in New Brunswick that supports business as well at the same time.
New Brunswick it's not for everyone, and it doesn't have to be. If you go, you're still from here. Even if you don't move back here, you're contributing ideas back to this place. You still have a connection.
Right.
And I think that's invaluable.
So do you have any advice to young people in New Brunswick who kind of identify themselves as entrepreneurs?
Always have that open mind, willingness to talk to people, because you will learn things, be they more senior than you, be they more junior than you. There's always something that you can learn and apply to what you're doing, your cause.
The advice for people starting is to be entrepreneurial, to remember the same basic tenets of you need to have cash flow is important. You need to be doing something, creating something that people want. So understand who your customer are, understand where your market is, and then you try and do it and take that and apply it to create some social good at the same time.
All of the young entrepreneurs that I meet, everybody freaks out kind of tax time. Go see a good accountant and a good lawyer and figure out how to structure your business properly, or talk to your friend, or watch an online course about it, right? But if you explode and things get really big really fast, then just make sure you're organizing yourself properly. Legal and accounting is what that means from the very beginning.
Be ready for a lot of work. It's not just a cliche that entrepreneurs have 60 plus hour work weeks. There's a whole lot of work involved, and there's a lot of investment too. So if it's something that the community is invested in as well, there is a social purpose to your business, you'll get a lot of support. It's easier to onboard people to your vision if they can see the social purpose.
I think you just need to experience as much as you can. And the truly great entrepreneurs aren't the ones that took the standard path that everyone's been on.
Right.
They're the ones that have seen things around the world, that have tried things that didn't work out, that have just have a unique experience.
Right.
Entrepreneurship, it's a very rewarding journey, but part of it is you have to be able to take risk. You have to never settle. You have to understand you will fail. It's not an if, you will.
Right.
But it's important you learn from those failures, and then you keep fighting and you try again. That's the most important part. Some people would say, it's called having grit, all right? Because a lot of people are going to knock you down. They're going to tell you no. You keep on working at it, you keep fighting, you don't give up. And it's very important, because in the long run you will succeed.
While many young people see New Brunswick as a place that lacks innovation or a promising future, we now see things a lot differently, as demonstrated by these entrepreneurs. By looking at things from a slightly different angle, these entrepreneurs have discovered that this province offers inspiration, countless resources, and opportunities that simply can't be found anywhere else. With heartfelt passion, determination, and resilience, these entrepreneurs took chances and created successful enterprises that combine business with social impact to lay a new foundation for less traditional and ultimately more sustainable types of business here in New Brunswick. What if we were to apply innovation, social entrepreneurship, and global citizenship to turn New Brunswick's challenges into the very opportunities we seek, not only for ourselves, but for our communities? What if we're sitting in front of social entrepreneurship's three-part puzzle: profit, people, and planet, and that we've been looking at this upside down the entire time? And what if, by focusing on these unique opportunities that New Brunswick has to offer, the very route to success that has been waiting so sharply ahead of us is truly our brightest future in today's world?